Out here at the WIAA complex here in Plover. Spud Field to be exact here. The Pacelli Cardinals softball in action here. A non-conference with the Marathon Red Raiders here. And good day for some ball here. Not a single cloud in the sky anywhere to be seen. About 81, 82 degrees on this 15th day of May here. And you'll have the Red Raiders here, Marathon. They are coming in here with a 17-4 overall record, and they were last in action last night, a 6-5 win over the Wildcats of Edgar. They will have a couple games then tomorrow. Looks like they'll have Wapaka and then Iola Scandinavia tomorrow. Will Marathon here, and Pacelli, on the other hand, they were last in action, a conference game yesterday with CWC South conference rival, the Hornets of Rosholt. Pacelli coming out victorious in that one, 11-0. They will be back in action, the Cardinals, on Monday. They'll host the Penguins of Tri-County, and then they will go on the road to Poynette, which was probably maybe just over an hour or so, not quite, give or take. I traversed through that area part of the state here today earlier, and so Poynette on Tuesday, and really the regular season is just it's just really winding down here. Ryan Rasmussen on our production, Brandon Barroncott on the call. It's our Stevens Point Auto Select pregame show. They are Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. They have complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point, and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select, and you're good to go here. So, umpiring crew in place here. We are in the brand new pavilion, I guess. This is just recently put in, Ryan, part of a large improvement out here at the WIAA complex here in Plover. Of course, all the youth softball and baseball played out here. In fact, last Friday we were out here doing the Pacelli girls softball against Merrill, and they came out victorious in that one, 6-5. And you had the Plover Early Bird Tournament going on out here. SPASH, the Stevens Point Area Senior High Panthers, playing on the field right next to us, Fire Pro Field here at the WIAA complex, and Pacelli, of course, on the Spud Field here at the WIAA complex. Again, today's pregame brought to you in part by Auto Select. They are Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. They have complete auto repair services. They have locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point, and on Schofield Avenue, Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select, and you're good to go here. So, collaboration here at the plate here. We'll take a brief pause, bring it back live here on Zaleski Sports Today, brought to you in part from our friends over at the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Vehicle maintenance is vital to your day-to-day life. That's why Auto Select of Stevens Point reminds you to be sure to schedule regular oil changes, tire rotations, and general inspections to keep your vehicle in great shape. Let the helpful, friendly staff at Auto Select ensure your vehicle continues to keep you and your passengers safe on the roads, as well as keep your vehicle functioning the way it was intended. For quality, dependable automotive care from service experts, place your trust in Auto Select of Stevens Point. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
All right, we are back here, back out at Spud Field here. We'll get our starting lineups here. Pacelli and Marathon going head-to-head here just a few minutes before 4:30. Of course, you've got the SPASH game immediately to our right here, so that one going on as well. That one probably going to start first as they're doing their starting lineups over there, and then we'll get ours here as well. Again, today's pregame was brought to you in part from Auto Select. They are Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. They have complete auto repair services. They have locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select, and you are good to go. So we'll keep it right here. So maybe we'll take a brief pause, Ryan, just getting the starting lineups on the next field. But we will be underway here on Zaleski Sports. Jolly Softball, Marathon Softball here in just a couple minutes. Brought to you today in part from the Hoffavor Real Estate Group.
Maida Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Maida Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at maidacustom.com.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with a smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
For the best food in town, look no further than Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. This locally owned, 50s-themed diner loves to support their community while providing a full menu of breakfast and lunch options, along with all-day breakfasts and Friday fish fry. Enjoy a fun, family atmosphere with delicious meals made from scratch, including skillets and tasty burgers. Dine in or take out is welcome, Mondays through Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Treat yourself to a mouth-watering experience at the Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point.
All right, national anthem here. We will we'll get our starting lineups here again. The Red Raiders coming into town here out at WIAA Park. Here, Spud Field to be exact, and as you heard, the Spash Panthers in action as well on the field right next to us here on this gorgeous Friday afternoon here on May 15th. Kind of getting into the nitty-gritty in terms of the regular season here with just a few weeks really remaining here, and many schools with graduation already next weekend, including Pacelli's graduation ceremony. That will be next Saturday. So as quick as it gets here, it goes mighty quick, as they say here Defensively for the Cardinals, we'll start with Amelia Martini out on the hill. Ella Van Order behind the dish here tonight, doing the catching in the infield. You'll have Peyton Stroik over at first, Ella Tess over at second, Haley Shashesky over at short, Vivian Berna over at third. In the outfield, you'll have Caden Nilsson out in right field, Jenna Hinker out in left, and Jaden Stroik out in center field here for the Cardinals here defensively. And Marathon, obviously, as the visiting team, they'll have Brinley Stencil, Maven Schneider, Danica Staus, Regan Martin, Ripley Skripchik, Allison Pajoski, Miley Helke, Tyla Bielke Soibert, Peyton Brickner, and Sophia Kahn. The lineup here for the Red Raiders, as we mentioned here tonight in our Stevens Point Auto Select show. They are 17-4 overall here. Last in action last night, 6-5 victory over the Wildcats of Edgar. So we are underway here with Amelia Martini in the circle here. And the pitch to Stencil, that one a swing and a miss, and Stencil down 0-1 now. Brinley, the right fielder here for Marathon. Of course, Amelia Martini, as I understand, just recently, maybe not recently, but just seeing that she will be heading over to St. Norbert's College. That ball hit over to second. Tess is there. She'll make the play. And the 4-3 ground out for the first out here. As we mentioned, Amelia Martini will be playing her college softball over at St. Norbert, the Green Knights, St. Norbert College, about just outside of Green Bay. For those that may not know, most probably do, but certainly a very good program over there. That one is going to miss upstairs, and it's 1-0 now to the shortstop here in Maven Schneider. So Martini working here with one away. Just underway here, top half of inning number one here, the 1-0 pitch. And that one in there for a called strike from Martini to Schneider, and it's 1-1. Martini working here 1-1 with one out. And a swing and a miss to Schneider, and it goes up to 1-2 now. Pacelli boys baseball, they were victorious last night over in Rochelle, 9-6. And that one was tied up heading into that final inning, and Pacelli had that 3-run seventh to seal the victory over there. Of course, Pittsville, one of the top teams in that conference here. It's 2-2 now to Schneider. Yeah, Pacelli with a number of athletes playing collegiate softball. That one is just going to miss now. It's going to go full. Of course, Martini to St. Norbert College. You got Peyton Mansell having just a banner year playing college ball down at Rock Valley. That one's going to miss high, and it's going to, of course, Keelan Yenter playing in Duluth. You know, you could go on and on. Certainly, that's a testament to the strength of this program here. Now it's Danica Staus, the catcher, here with one out, and Maven Schneider down at first. So Martini working here. That one popped up. That is Berna unable to make the play in foul territory. May have possibly lost it, perhaps in that sun. In that spot, perhaps. Tough to say. That ball kind of swirling as well, but it's 0-1 now to Staus. Danica, the catcher here, the number 3 hitter for the Red Raiders. The 0-1 pitch here from Martini. That one a swing and a miss, and Schneider going to get down to second on the stolen base. So Martini going to go up in the count now here, 0-2. And pretty good crowd here, as you can imagine, here on this this Friday afternoon, middle of May, 82-degree sunny day. You would expect nothing less, but really to fill the park here. Of course, Marathon looks to travel quite well as well. Pacelli always has traveled well, and obviously with the Spash game going on next door, Lots of folks here at the complex, so it's going to go now to 1-2 to Staus. And you've got Maven Schneider down at second here. And that one ripped out to Zdroik in center, and that's going to get over her head. And that is going to get, that's going to be a one-out double. And Schneider going to go to third on that one. So one-out double there for Danica Staus. So you'll have two runners in scoring position now with one away, and Regan Martin, the hitter here, the left fielder. The left-handed hitting Martin here, the cleanup hitter here today for the Red Raiders. Martini working out of the circle to pitch. That one's going to miss outside now, and it's 1-0. As we mentioned, Pacelli 13-5-1. That one's going to miss just high, and that's 2-0 to Martin. So Martini's 2-0 pitch. A swing and a miss. Coming in with the fastball now. It's 2-1. Martini's pitch, that one fouled back. Yeah, as we mentioned here in our Stevens Point Auto Select pregame show, the Spash Panthers hosting the undefeated Medford squad over right next door. So that two very good programs. Of course, longtime head coach there, and Tom Droner, DJ Droner, as well as Todd Vanderloop. Names synonymous with Spash softball, and that one a swing and a miss. And that's going to be the second out, and that's the first Serpro strikeout here today for Amelia Martina. You can call Serpro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serpro like it never happened. So you'll have two outs now here for Ripley Skripchik, the third baseman and the #5 hitter here for Marathon. With Schneider at third, Staus down at second. Martini's pitch, that one misses high, and it's 1-0. Ryan Rasmussen on our production staff here, a recent UW Stevens Point graduate. Ryan. That was my alma mater from about, we'll just say more than 10 years ago. That one snapped throw back down. So it's 2-0 now to Skripchik. More than 10, less than 30, Ryan. How does that sound? Somewhere in the middle there. And a swing and a miss there. And speaking of the pointers, several area Stevens Point and Plover baseball athletes making the all WIAC conference team. Tommy Droner, Bryce Ayer, Braylon Nystrom, Kenny Schultz. So very well represented there on the diamond here. It's 2-2 now, which is also a testament to this, both Stevens Point and certainly Plover youth programs here. The 2-2 pitch, that one is going to miss upstairs, and it's 3-2 now to Skripchik. So Martini working with two outs here, 3-2 the count. Couple runners on base. And that one in there for a called third strike. And the second Serpro strikeout here today and third out here. So a hit, a couple runners left, no runs, no errors. We'll move to the bottom half of inning #1 here. Pacelli coming up. You're listening to and watching high school girls softball action here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoff-Favor Real Estate Group.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown.
And I want a health plan that feels the same way. So what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
All right, we are back here. Today's game brought to you in part by Blinds and Designs by Kelly Premier Auto Body, Stevens Point Brewery, Lear's Jewelers, Point Heating and Cooling, and Port Tessie Pizza. Marshfield's Dairy Fest Say Cheese on Friday, May 29th and Saturday, May 30th. Enjoy the Mayor's Breakfast Parade and live music at Nuts Deep 2. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com. That is Marshfield's Dairy Fest, just 2 short weeks from now, Ryan, over in Marshfield. So Cardinals here will have Caden Nelson, Jenna Hinker, Haley Krzyzewski, Amelia Martini, Ella Van Order, Jaden Stroik, Avery Wawrnick, Ella Tess, Vivian Berna, and then, of course, Peyton Stroik defensively over at first here. So Tyla Bielke Soibert here will get the start here for the Red Raiders here. And Nelson, the senior, set to lead things off for the Cardinals. A pitch. That one will miss, and it's 1-0 now to Caden Nelson. Just had a chance to talk a little bit to head coach Drew Nelson, her dad, the football coach here at Pacelli. That one is swing and a miss. May have gotten a piece of it, but either way, it's going to go to 1-1 now to Nelson. And I believe Chuck Wolfel's done a few games, Ryan, for the Zaleski group on the side, maybe a little bit. Chuck, marathon guy. Nelson out front on that one. Good guy, Chuck. Heck of a hunter, I'll say. Little trivia there if you don't know. A 1-2 pitch. That one's going to miss upstairs. Now it's 2-2. Jenna Hinker, the on-deck hitter for the Cardinals. So Bielke Seibert's 2-2 pitch. That one going to get away now. It's going to push the count out of full to senior Caden Nelson, the right fielder. So you would have to think this should be a very good high school softball game, and Nelson going to draw the walk. So a leadoff walk for Nelson. That'll bring up the left fielder here now in Jenna Hinker. And like I said, in our pregame here in the McCain Foods Hall of Fame Pavilion, the observation deck. Number of great sponsors here. It's 1-0 now to Hinker. Haley Krzyzewski, the on-deck hitter for the Cardinals. You've got Caden Nelson down at first. Bottom half of inning number 1 pitch. That one, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So Nelson going to get into second. And Hinker, the base hit here for the Cardinals. Couple runners on now, and the shortstop, the number 3 hitting Haley Krzyzewski, the junior. It's Tyla Bielke Soibert working with nobody out here. Krzyzewski gives that one a ride. That's going to get down into the gap. That's going to get Nelson. Nelson going to be sent home, and Nelson going to score the first run of the game. And Haley Krzyzewski with a big RBI double there. So Nelson will score. Hinker will go to third. And nobody out here now. And the cleanup hitting Amelia Martini. So Cardinals now with a pair of runners in scoring position with Hinker at third, Krzyzewski down at second. That one lifted into the air. Playable. And the play is made, and a tag, and run going to score. Hinker going to come across to score on that one. Krzyzewski tagging up to get down to third. So now you'll have one out here for the catcher and Ella Van Order, and Ella playing her collegiate basketball over UW Stevens Point next season for head coach Matt Hockett and Leah Ernest, a coach over there as well. In fact, my neighbor is Brad Duckworth, the UWSB athletic director. So good program there for Ella to continue her journey in basketball. It's 1-0 here. Shelley first on the board with a couple of runs. Krzyzewski down at third. That one hit on the ground up the middle. That's going to get through. And that is going to be a hit and an RBI for Van Order. Krzyzewski coming in to score the third run here. So Pacelli with the 3 hits, the 3 runs here thus far, the 1 out. And junior center fielder Jaden Zdroik, the number 6 hitter here for the Cardinals. Van Order down at first. Pitch to Zdroik, a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 now to Jaden. Avery Wavernick, the on-deck hitter for the Cardinals. Showing bunt. Offers goes through, so it's going to go 0-2 now. At Pacelli with those 3 runs here in their half of this bottom half of inning number 1 here. So 2-2 Zdroik now with 1 out. One-two pitch. That one misses high. Beg your pardon, it's 1-2 now. It was 0-2. So it's 1-2 now to Jaden Zdroik. Zdroik hits it on the ground. That is, and Zdroik going to get there with the hit here. So we're going to get Van Order over to second. Cardinals here, and so just the 1 out here. That'll bring up Avery Wavernick, the number 7 here hitter for the Cardinals. You'll have runners at first and second. Still just the 1 out. Shelley strikes first. This half inning led off by a walk for Caden Nelson, a single for Jenna Hinker, an RBI double for Haley Krzyzewski. Amelia Martini with a sac fly RBI. I'll have Van Order with the RBI single, and then Jaden Zdroik with a hit as well here. So that one fouled back. And it's 0-1 now to Wavernick. The 0-1 pitch to Wavernick. That one's going to miss down low. It's 1-1. With 1 away. Wavernick showing bunt. That one bumped, and they're going to say that she secured that, so it's going to be bunted foul for, and a good effort there to get the second out there. Laying out for it is Danica Staus there. So now you've got 2 away. For Ella Tess now with Zdroik down at first. Van Order down at second here. 2 outs. Hit certainly has the potential to play it another for the Cardinals. That one will miss down low, and it is 1-0 to Tess. The 1-0 pitch. That one in there. 1-1 now, so Tess here with Vivian Berna, the on-deck hitter for the Cardinals. Elke Soibert set the 1-1 pitch. That one hit on the ground over to short. Going to be a tough play, and they're going to say that Zdroik is in there. So, in order going to get down to third, you're going to have the bases loaded now. So Tess, and that was going to be a tough play no matter how you look at it. I guess in my book anyways, it's a base hit. Some may say not, but I think that definitely is here. So you've got bases loaded now with Vivian Berna, number 9 hitter for the Cardinals here. That one's going to miss upstairs, and it's 1-0 to Berna. The 1-0 pitch. That one just misses. 2-0 now. And 3-0 your score on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here in favor of the Cardinals here in the bottom half of inning number 1 here with 2 outs. Berna hitting with the bases loaded. 2-0 pitch, that one, a swing and a miss. It's going to get the count now to 2-1. And a very good, as we mentioned a few times now, the first true, really, days that it felt truly like summer here today. That one, and that one going to be caught at first, and Berna going to be out. But Shelley going to come out with 3 hits. They'll get 5 runs with the bases stranded here. 1 is in the books, so we'll move to the second inning here. Shelley out front here, 3-0 on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. You're listening to and watching high school girls softball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoffavor Real Estate Group.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfeind Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
We are back. Top half of inning number 2. I want to give thanks here today to Tommy's Express Car Wash. Protect your ride with a Tommy's Express Car Wash membership. Unlimited washes, free vacuums, free automatic mat washers, and all-year shine. That's one membership. All locations: Eau Claire, Plover, Stevens Point, Wausau, and Weston. Again, that is Tommy's Express Car Wash. And just about the time to head over to Tommy's Express Car Wash. So Martini out for the second here. That one's going to miss. And it's 1-0 now. You've got 6, 7, and 8 here for the Red Raiders. That's Allison Pajoski here. And as I understand, I believe she is also going to St. Norbert's. At least that's the notes that I have. That one's going to miss. 2-0 now. Martini working here with a 3-0 early lead on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here today. It's 2-0. And that one good a miss now, and it's going to go to 3-0. Wind starting to pick up just a little bit. So the 3-0 pitch. And that's going to generate a 4-pitch walk here and a leadoff walk for Allison Pajoski. That'll bring up Miley Helke now with nobody out. Martini set to work the pitch. That one a swing and a miss. Snap throw down back to first. Majoski able to get in under the slide, under the tag there, so it's going to go to 0-1 now to Halke. Martini working here. The 0-1 pitch. That one fouled back, 0-2 now. Yeah, more people sort of congregating in the park here. Good day for some high school softball here out at the WIAA complex. It's 0-2 now. The 0-2 pitch. That one chopped over to Tess. She'll go to 2, get the lead out there at second. Fielder's choice. The fielder's choice, 4-6 to get the lead runner there. So Halke can reach on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Tyla Bielke Soybert now with 1 out. That one misses upstairs, and it is 1-0. Peyton Brickner, the on-deck hitter for Marathon. Pitch for Martini, that one missed down low, and it's 2-0 now. Martini working here, 2-0. The pitch here is going to miss upstairs, now 3-0. Tyler, the number 8 hitter here for Marathon. The 3-0 pitch. And that one in there for a called strike. So it's going to be a hitter's count now here, 3-1. 1 out here, top half of inning number 2. The 3-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Snap throw back down to first. But it's not going to be in time as Halke able to get back in under that tag. Count now goes to full. Martini. And that one fouled back. May have hit that off the part of the handle there, so it's going to remain 3-2 with 1 out. A runner at first here for Marathon. Martini's 3-2 pitch. That one fouled, just able to get a piece of that, so we will do it all over again here. As we mentioned, Pacelli back in action Monday. They'll host Tri-County, Plainfield Tri-County, and then they will go on the road to Poynette, just kind of near the Lodi area, way towards Madison. A swing and a miss, and the third Serb-Pro strikeout here today for Amelia Martini. And that's going to be out number 2 now with Peyton Brickner, the hitter. Number 1 here, Peyton Brickner, her first trip here for the Red Raiders. So Amelia Martini with 3 Serb-Pro strikeouts here thus far. That one popped up. That's going to get out of play, and that is going to narrowly miss that Plover garbage can there. It's going to go 0-1 now to Brickner. The 0-1 pitch for Martini. That one is down low. It's 1-1. Martini's 1-1 pitch to Brickner. That one drilled foul. That's going to careen off the fencing material here. It's 1-2 now to Brickner. As mentioned here, Pacelli striking first with the 3 runs in the first here. against a very good Marathon team. 17 victories on the air, and Martini, the off-speed pitch, and her 4th Serve Pro strikeout here today. The 3rd and final out here, so no runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 2. You're listening to and watching high school girls softball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
At Nicolay Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicolaybank.com. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
All right, we are back. Caden Nelson here to lead things off. The leadoff hitter for the Cardinals in the bottom half of inning number 2. Caden walked and scored a run in her first plate appearance here for the Cardinals. That one's going to skip down low, and it's going to push the count now to 2-0. Tyler Belke-Soybert out for her second inning of work for Marathon here. So that one going to just miss. So Nelson will step out momentarily here. Again, we are in the bottom half of inning number 2 out here at Spud Field out at the WIAA complex. And Nelson, a big swing and a miss. So it's 2-2 now to Nelson. 2-2 pitch. That one. Nelson will be aboard on that. Believe hit by pitch. Yeah, caught the hand. That's what it looked like. It was hard to tell from this vantage point, but Nelson will reach on that. So that'll bring up Jenna Hinker, who's 1 for 1 with a run scored here today. Charlie out front here, 3-0 on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. The pitch, and that's a strike called, and it's 0-1 now to Hinker. Nelson on base for the second time here today. A swing and a miss, and Hinker down here in the count 0-2. With Haley Krzyzewski had that big RBI double back in the last inning, ripped that one to the right center fence on the. That one lifted into right field, playable, and the play is going to be made there to get Hinker for out number 1, the F9. So it is going to be 1 out now here, and Haley Krzyzewski had that big, as we mentioned, big double, the big RBI double back in the first with a run scored. And swinging a hot bat here, the number 3 hitter for the Cardinals. Outfield at fairly, and that one ripped down into left field. That's going to be a base hit for Krzyzewski. So Nelson going to advance to second on that one. Haley's second hit here of the afternoon. So a 1-out single. That'll bring up Amelia Martini, who had the sac fly RBI back in the first. Looking to try to help her own cause is Martini at the plate. The pitch to Amelia, that one's going to miss. So it's going to be 1-0. That one misses down to Martini. Count goes now to 2-0. With Caden Nelson down at second, Amelia Martini at the plate here, and Krzyzewski down at first. That one in there for called strike. 2-1 now to Martini. So Tyler working here, 2-1. The pitch. That one hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. And that is going to get a run across in the form of Caden Nelson. An RBI for Martini. So the RBI hit there for Amelia. Krzyzewski down at second now. Of course, Amelia down at first. Your Nasonville Dairy scoreboard showing Pacelli out front here, 4-0, I should say. 4-2-0. It's 1-0 now to Ella Van Order. Ella had an RBI single back in the first. The senior catcher here. The 1-0 pitch. That one's going to miss now, and it's 2-0. Jaden Zdroik, the on-deck hitter here for the Cardinals. Pitch to Van Order. That one's going to get away. That's going to get both Pacelli base runners. Krzyzewski going to go down to third. Martini going to go down to second on that one. Give thanks today to Simplicity Credit Union. They bring home the win with great mobile options and the right loan for your family, your business, or your home. You can check them out at simplicity.coop today and only at Simplicity Credit Union. So Cardinals now with a couple of runners in scoring position. That one's going to miss down low, and Van Order going to draw the walk. So a one-out walk here, and Jaden Zdroik here. And we'll keep things right here. Want to give thanks to all of our game day sponsors, one of them being the Rock and Roll Cafe. You can find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, Friday fish fry, and service with a smile, open daily for breakfast and lunch, and only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. I know I say it every time probably I do a game, but it's certainly worth a trip down to the Rock and Roll Cafe. The Monte Cristo sandwich, Ryan, it's right up there with just about any Monte Cristo sandwich you're going to find. I definitely check them out at the Rock and Roll Cafe. So Cardinals have the bases loaded here. The one out here, our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard showing Pacelli here with that 4-run lead here in their half of inning number 2. In this non-conference game here out at WIAA Park, Spud Field. And some collaboration going on from both squads here. So big spot for Jaden Zdroik, a chance to add some insurance here for the Cardinals. She's 1 for 1 here today. And that one will miss high to Zdroik. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Zdroik. That one lifted. That ball given a pretty good ride. That should have enough to get the runner tagged up, and it will, in fact, do that. So Krzyzewski will come across to score the 5th run on the sac fly. So now you'll have the 5th run coming across. Martini will stay at second, and Van Order stays at first here. And you've got Avery Wavernick, who popped up in her last at-bat here, hitting with 2 outs. And that one is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. So Pacelli with 3 in their first inning, and then the pair of runs here thus far in the second. Wavernick going to foul that one. That's going to careen off the concession area here. Strategically placed between Spud and Fire Pro Fields. The 0-2 pitch now to Wavernick. That one's going to miss upstairs now, and it's 1-2. Shelley Boys hosting a non-conference game over at Buchholz against Fall Creek. That was a fairly recent add-on. That one lifted into the air. That is playable, and play is made there to retire Wavernick for out number 3. Third and final out, but Pacelli does tack on a couple runs on a couple of hits, and they'll leave a couple runners stranded here. 2 innings are complete here out at WIAA Park here at Spud Field. Third inning coming up here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor and Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
All right, we are back here, top half of inning number 3. Want to give thanks today to Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Save up to $180 on new tires at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service now through June on 4 Goodyear tires, with locations in Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, Wausau, and Marshfield, only at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service here. So Martini out to work her 3rd inning here for the Cardinals with that 5-0 lead. That one's going to miss now, and it's 1-0. It's Brinley Stencil, who is 0 for 1 here today, grounded to second, back in the first. That one's going to miss down, and it's 2-0 now to Stencil, the right fielder. Ilya Martini with 2+ innings worked here thus far. 4 strikeouts. Oh, jeez. Foul ball coming onto the field of play there. Foul ball going into the other. It's a series of foul balls almost simultaneously as that one coming over from the other field. And then Stencil fouling that one off into the crowd here now, and it's 2-1. So it'll be 2-1 now to Stencil. The one hitter here for Marathon, so top of the order here. Showing bunt, that one bunted foul. That one nearly just out of the reach there. Van Order now. It's going to push the count even at 2-2. And Martini with those 4 Serve Pro strikeouts here today. Just the 1 walk surrendered here thus far, the 1 hit. And working here in the 3rd. The pitch, that one driven out to center. That's going to get down. That's going to get to the gap. That's going to be extra bases, and that is going to be a stand-up double for Stencil. So a leadoff double here for, and that'll bring up Maven Schneider. Maven walked and stole a base in her first plate appearance here this afternoon. You've got a lead runner now in the form of Brinley Stencil down at second here, and the pitch to Maven Schneider. That one's going to miss, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. That one fouled back, and it's 1-1 to Schneider. Danica Staus, the on-deck hitter. Danica had a double back in the first. Marathon hitting here in their half of inning number 3, top of 3 here. 5-0 on your Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. The pitch to Schneider, and that one swing and a miss now, and it's 1-2 to the shortstop, Maven Schneider. With Stencil down at second. Nobody out here. The 1-2 pitch. Off speed misses now, and it's going to go even at 2-2. I believe it is 2. Yep, it is 2-2. Martini's 2-2 pitch. That one just misses now, and it's full count to Maven Schneider. Martini working here, the 3-2 pitch. And Schneider will be aboard for her second time here today with her second walk. And that'll bring up the catcher here in Danica Staus, who doubled back in the first here. So 1 for 1 here today. With a pair of Red Raiders on base. Stencil down at second, Schneider at first. Pitch from Martini, that one in there for a called strike. The delayed strike call there, 0-1. So it's 0-1 now to Staus. The 0-1 pitch, that one lifted in the air and just out of the reach there. Good effort though, but it's gonna get Martini way up in the count here now. 0-2 to Staus. Working on my second iced Americano of the day, Ryan. Wouldn't have it any other way. It's 0-2 now to Staus. The pitch. That one's going to miss up high, and it's 1-2. So 1-2 pitch. That one lifted into the air. That's going to get into the stands here and bounce right out of the stands. It's 1-2. We'll do it all over again for Danica Staus. So Martini working here, 1-2 to Staus. Pair of Red Raiders on base. And that one a swing and a miss, and that's the 5th Serve Pro strikeout here today for Amelia Martini. That's going to be the first out here in this top half of inning number 3. And that'll bring up the left fielder, the number 4 hitting Regan Martin here, who's 0 for 1 here today. Struck out back in the first. Stencil down at second, Schneider down at first. Martini digs in the pitch. That one fouled, and that's going to ricochet off the fence. And they go 0-1 now to Martin. It's 0-1 now to Martin. Yeah, 1 pitch. That one will miss. It's going to go now to 1-1. So Martini has given up the 2 hits here thus far. The no runs, 5 Serve Pro strikeouts on the afternoon. 2 1/3 innings pitch. That one just missing, and it's 2-1 now to Martin. The 2-1 pitch. That misses high now. It's 3-1 to Martin. Ripley Skripchuk, the on-deck hitter for Marathon. The 3-1 pitch. And that's going to be ball 4, so you're going to have bases loaded now here with a 1 out. You've got Martin down at first, Schneider down at second, Stenzel, who led this inning off with a double, down at third here. 1 away, and Ripley Skripchuk, who is 0 for 1 here today, struck out looking back in the first. Martini working here. That one fouled back, and it's 0-1. So exchanging foul balls between the two fields every so often. So it's 0-1 now from Martini to Skripchuk. The 0-1 pitch. That one hit on the ground, and coming home with it, they're going to get the force at home, and runner's going to be safe, but good heads-up play there defensively by Tess, as they will get the lead runner there on the fielder's choice. Going 4-2 on that one, so bases will remain loaded here with 2 away, and Allison Bajoski, the hitter. She walked in her first plate appearance here today. So a chance to turn things around maybe here. That one is going to miss just high to Allison, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a fastball in there, and it's 1-1. It's a pretty dangerous hitter in Pajoski here with 2 outs. 5-0 on your Nason-Ville Dairy scoreboard here. Pacelli out front. The pitch, that one misses high. 2-1 now. So it's 2-1. Martini working the 2-1 pitch. That one just missed. 3-1 now. Just missing just high, it looks like. So it's a 3-1 count now for Pajoski. 3-1 pitch. Fouling that one back down. It's full. The 3-2 pitch from Martini. And that's going to be ball 4, so Pajoski going to draw the 2-out walk. That will drive a run in. The first run of the game here for Marathon, as Schneider will come across to score. Martin will go to third. Skripchuk will go down to second, and you will have Mila Hilke now, who hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice back in the second. And bases loaded here, 5-1 Martini. That one in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. So the 0-1 pitch. Martini looking to try to get out of this one with no more damage, I guess you would say here. As Marathon in a pretty big spot here, trying to claw back into this one. It's 1-1 now. The 1-1 pitch for Martini. That one misses down low. Good stop there by Van Order. Of course, with the bases loaded, a chance possibly to prevent that second run from coming across here. So it's going to be 2-1 now to Miley Helke. That one fouled back, so it's 2-2 now. We're in the top half of inning number 3. 5-1 your score on our Nason-Ville Dairy scoreboard here. Pacelli out front. Marathon with the tying run at the plate here with a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch for Martini. That one hit on the ground. Martini will field it herself and make the play, and able to do a little bit of that Harry Houdini act here to get out of that small jam here. And Marathon will come up with a hit, a run. They'll strand the bases here. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 3, 5-1 your score on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. You're listening to and watching high school girls softball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hofffavor Real Estate Group.
Join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Say cheese! Kick things off on Friday, May 29th with the Mayor's Breakfast from 5:30 to 9:30 a.m. Then at 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for a night of family-friendly entertainment, including the play, Winnie the Pooh, and Friends. The fun continues on Saturday, May 30th with the parade at 11 a.m. Afterward, make your way to Wenzel Family Plaza for more activities. Be sure to explore the craft show at Chestnut and West 3rd Street, and while you're there, stop by the Pie and Ice Cream Social at the Upham Mansion. Wrap up the day at the Outdoor Beer Garden, hosted by Nuts Deep 2, featuring live music. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
All right, we are back. Want to give thanks today to Infinity Exteriors. Infinity Exteriors installing peace of mind roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality that you can trust at Infinity Exteriors here. So Tess to lead things off here for the Cardinals, 1-for-1 on the afternoon. Elke Soibert out for her third inning of work here. That one going to go foul, so it's 0-1 now to Tess. So it's 0-1. Pitch to Tess. That one fouled back, and it's going to go to 0-2. 0-2 to Ella Tess now. Again, 1-for-1 here today. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And the first Serb Pro strikeout there for Elke Soibert here. One away with Tess down on strikes. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Vivian Berna, who flew out to the first baseman back in the first here. So she's 0-for-1 here in the afternoon. Berna hitting with one out here. We're in the bottom half of inning number 3 here. Pacelli with that 4-run lead, 5-1. That one a swing and a miss, and it is 0-1 now to Berna. Elke Soibert's 0-1 pitch. That one hit on the ground over to short. Playable, throws across, and the play made there. The 6-3 ground out for out number 2. So two up, 2 down here, and back to the top of the order here with Caden Nelson. She's been on base both times here today. Walked, scored a run back in the first, was hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the second here. So her third trip to the plate here for the Cardinals. Hitting with 2 outs. That one's going to miss up high to Nelson, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Nelson fists that one. That's going to get, may have caught it on the handle there, and that's going to be a 3-up, 3-down inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 3 innings are in the books here. We'll move to the 4th inning of play. Pacelli out front here, 5-1 on your Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. You're listening to and watching high school girls softball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hofffavor Real Estate Group.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
All right, we are back. Want to give thanks today to Nicolay Bank. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or can learn more at nicolaybank.com here. So Amelia Martini set to work her fourth inning of work here. She's given up the one run, a couple of hits, 5 Serve Pro strikeouts here today, and you've got the number 8 hitter here in Tyla Bielke Soybird here hitting that one, hit over to third to Berna. She'll throw across to make the play, the 5-3 ground out for out number 1. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter for Marathon in the form of Peyton Brickner. Peyton 0 for 1 here today, struck out back in the second. So her second trip to the dish here for the Red Raiders. Martini working here. Fourth inning, that one's going to miss up high to Brickner, and it's 1-0. Brenly Stencil, top of the order on deck for Marathon. As we are in the top half of inning number 4 here. Again, Pacelli with that 5-1 lead. And that one's going to hit Brickner, so she will be aboard with the hit by pitch here. And it's going to go back to the top of the order now. And Brinley Stencil, who had that double, the leadoff double back in the third. And then she grounded to second back in the first. So 1 for 2 here today for Stencil. Pitch misses down low, and it's 1-0. So 1-0 to Stencil here. Brickner down at first. It's going to go 2-0. The 2-0 pitch from Martini to Stencil. That one fouled back. It's 2-1. So 2-1 now to Stencil. Two-one pitch. That one fouled back. 2-2 now to Stencil. Martini's 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 and a snap throw back down. That one's going to get away, but runner will stay there. And the 6th Serve Pro strikeout here today for Amelia Martini. That one looking, and you've got 2 outs now here, and Maven Schneider coming up. She's been on base both times here. A couple of walks, a stolen base, and a run scored here for Marathon. And you've got Brickner down at first. Martini working here with 2 outs. That one in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. 0-1 to Schneider. Martini's 0-1 pitch. That one catches, and it's 0-2 now, so Martini up in the count now. A couple of fastballs. Martini working 0-2. That one hit over to Berna. She'll go across to first. And the 5-3 ground out for the third and final out here. So Marathon, no runs, no hits, a runner left. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 4 here. Pacelli out front here, 5-1 on your Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. You're listening to and watching high school girls softball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoffavor Real Estate Group.
The littlest thing of walking or just being able to get around the community or walk to the grocery store or walk around the grocery store is just something little, but that is such an impactful thing, I think, to the patient to say, okay, well, I have 5 other things, but you were able to just help me with one of them. And I think that is gratifying for me personally, just to help even one small aspect of their life.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
All right, we are back here. I want to give thanks today to Home Furniture. Fill your home with the best from Home Furniture. They have sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting tables, rugs, and so much more. That's Home Furniture with locations on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and on Post Road over in Plover. That's Home Furniture. So Cardinals hitting in there, half of inning number 4 here. You'll have 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Cardinals here with that clinging to that 5-1 lead on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. And Tyla Bielke-Soybert out to work her 4th inning here for Marathon. Hinker 1 for 2 here today. That one going to get fouled out of play, and it will go to 0-1 to Hinker. Cardinals here hitting in the bottom half of inning number 4. And Hinker 1 for 2 at the plate with a run scored. The 0-1 pitch to Jenna Hinker. That one popped up. That is playable, and the out going to be made there. The F6 for out number 1. And that'll bring up Haley Krzyzewski, who is 2 for 2 here today. She had an RBI double with a run scored back in inning number 1, and then a single and a run scored back in the 2nd. So 2 for 2 here today for the number 3 hitting Haley Krzyzewski, who's been virtually hitting everything inside here for the Cardinals in her junior season. That one hit, and that's going to be the 3rd hit here. First pitch, Krzyzewski. A 1-out single here to lead things off. That's technically not really leading things off, but 1-out single nonetheless. And that'll bring up Amelia Martini. Got an RBI single back in the 2nd, and then a sac fly back in the 1st. So a couple of RBIs here today for Amelia Martini, looking to help her cause. And that one is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. 1 out here. Outfield at medium to deep depth, I guess you would say. That one, a swing and a miss. May have taken something off of that one. It's 0-2 now to Martini. The 0-2 pitch to Amelia Martini. That one's going to miss up high now, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Martini fighting up, staying alive here for the Cardinals here. So it's 1-2. You've got Ella Van Order on deck for Pacelli. 1 out here. The 1-2 pitch. That one's upstairs, 2-2. And Ryan, the 541 train seems to be heading down the tracks, just off in the distance here. So it's 2-2 now to Martini. 2-2 pitch. Martini gives that one a ride. That's going to be rocketed off the fence. And that is going to be a double for Martini. That one hit on the screws for Martini. So a double off the fence for Amelia. A 1-out double here. And so a couple of consecutive hits. Saley Krzyzewski with the 1-out single. She'll go to third. Amelia Martini with the double. And now you've got Ella Van Order, who's 1 for 1 here today. She's walked and RBI singled back in the first. So Pacelli now with a couple more runners in scoring position. Van Order a big swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. And that ball hit on a rope there, Ryan, by Martini off the just the bottom half of that fence, right over by the big P in Plover there. Bunt being shown. That one gonna get foul. So it's gonna get the count now to 0-2 to Ella Van Order. 1 out here. So it's 0-2 now to Van Order. EVO with an 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch. That one's going to miss down low. Good stop there by Staus there to potentially preserve that run. 1-2 now to Van Order. I always like to give catchers credit where credit is due. Not an easy job. That one's going to get poked out of play. That is going to be, and the play is going to be made by the aforementioned Staus there, the F2 for out number 2 here. And that'll bring up Jaden Stroik, who singled back in the first, had a sac fly, an RBI back in the second here. So her third trip to the plate here with Krzyzewski down at third, Martini down at second here. Pacelli with that 5-1 lead. And the pitch to Jaden Zdroik. That one's going to miss down low. It's going to go 1-0 now to Zdroik. The 1-0 pitch to Zdroik. That one hit on the ground. That one's going to get off the glove there, and that's going to get Zdroik in. That was going to be a tough play, and Krzyzewski going to come across to score on that as Martini will get down to third, and Zdroik going to be on base for the second time here today. And that was Elke Soyberg trying to kind of knock that one down, and that was going to be a tough play, trying to make the play. It was kind of hit in that spot. I'm going to count that as a hit. Guess I'm not technically the official scorekeeper, but in any event here, it's 2 outs here, and Avery Wavernick, who is 0 for 2 here today. And that one catches, and it's 0-1 to Wavernick. Pacelli with a run now in their half of inning number 4, extending that lead here 6-1. That insurance run, the 5-run cushion here with runners at the corner. The pitch, that one's going to miss up high, and Zdroik going to steal second on that one. That's 1-1. So 2 outs. A hit here, possibly 2 runs with the 2 outs. Obviously very much dependent on Wavernick, and that one going to be caught and popped up, and Wavernick down for the 3rd out. But Jelly does get 3 hits. They get a run. They leave a couple runners stranded here. 4 innings are complete. We move to the top half of inning number 5 here. 6-1, your score on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. You're listening to and watching high school softball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Vehicle maintenance is vital to your day-to-day life. That's why Auto Select of Stevens Point reminds you to be sure to schedule regular oil changes, tire rotations, and general inspections to keep your vehicle in great shape. Let the helpful, friendly staff at Auto Select ensure your vehicle continues to keep you and your passengers safe on the roads, as well as keep your vehicle functioning the way it was intended. For quality, dependable automotive care from service experts, place your trust in Auto Select of Stevens Point. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
All right, we are back here. I want to give thanks to Valley Communities Credit Union. For 90 years, Valley Communities Credit Union has been part of your hometown team. They are local, trusted, and strong. Valley Communities Credit Union, where community comes first, federally insured by NCUA. That is Valley Communities Credit Union. So Amelia Martini working the fifth here for the Cardinals with Danica Staus, the hitter, is 1 for 2 today. And it's 1-0 now to Staus. That one hit over to Droik, just gonna get the out as Staus trying to dig in there to beat that one out here. So one away now, and that'll bring up Reagan Martin here, who is 0 for 1 today. Struck out in the first, walked in the third. Her third trip to the plate here for the Cardinals. Pacelli with that 6-1 lead on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. We're already in the top half of inning number 5 here. And Martini has pitched very, very well, I would say. That one misses up high, and it's 1-0. Surrendering just a pair of hits today. 6 Serb-Pro strikeouts. And she's working with a 1-0 count to Martin. The 1-0 pitch. That one lifted foul, that one, and we're trying to lay out for that one. It's going to push the count out of 1-1. I give thanks today to Stevens Point Orthopedics. They are proudly continuing to offer complimentary sports physicals to Central Wisconsin athletes. You can call 715-344-0701 to schedule your appointment this summer. That's 715-344-0701, and only at Stevens Point Orthopedics here. So 1-1 now to Martin. And Martini set the 1-1 pitch. That one just missed. And it's 2-1. So 2-1 now from Martini to Martin. The M-to-M connection. That one is in there for a called strike. Good pitch there for Martini to push the count out even at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. And Martini with an off-speed pitch, her 7th Serb-Pro strikeout here today. That's not 5, not 6, but 7 strikeouts here today for Amelia Martini, 2 outs. And Ripley Skripchek, the hitter here, 0 for 2 here today. Struck out looking back in the first. Hit into that 4-2 fielder's choice back in the third. Bases are empty here for Marathon. Martini's pitch misses high. It's 1-0. So Amelia Martini adding to that Serb-Pro strikeout tally mark here. So the 1-0 pitch. That one hit on the ground. Krzyzewski laying out for it, throws across, and the play is made, and that is how you play shortstop right there. A 3-up, 3-down inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We will move to the bottom half of inning number 5 here. Pacelli out front, 6-1 on your Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. You're listening to and watching high school softball here today on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you in part from the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Mega Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meta Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at metacustom.com.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
All right, we are back. Today's game brought to you in part by Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Premier Auto Body, Stevens Point Brewery, Liers Jewelers, Point Heating and Cooling, and Portesi Pizza. So Cardinals here hitting in the bottom half of inning number 5, 8, 9, and 1 due up here, and that's a strike from Bielke Soibert to Ella Tess now, and it is 0-1. So Tess 1 for 2 here today. A single and a strikeout here in the pitch. That one tapped foul, and it's 0-2 now for Tess. The 0-2 pitch. That one's going to miss upstairs, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch coming up to Ella Tess. Tess following that one, staying alive here, so we'll do it again here, 1-2. Shelley with that 6-1 lead here. We're in the bottom half of inning number 5 here on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here at Spud Field. The 1-2 pitch. Tess hits that one through the hole. That's going to get through. That's going to be a base hit for Tess, and that's going to be her second hit here today. So a leadoff single for Tess will give way to the third baseman in Vivian Berna, who's 0 for 2 here today. Flew out to first, back in the first, grounded to short, back in the third here, so her third trip to the plate here. Tyler comes at the pitch. That one misses high. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from Bielke Soibert here. That one, Berna had a good cut at it. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1 now. Caden Nelson awaiting on deck for the Cardinals here. Nobody out here with Tess down at first. Berna shows bunt, gets a bunt down, and a pretty good bunt. And that's going to pull the runner off. And I beg your pardon, the first baseman off. So that is going to be, so Berna going to get on with that one. So a textbook bunt for Vivian Berna, and that's going to get Tess all the way down to third. So now back to the top of the order for Caden Nelson, who's 0 for 1 here today. A walk, a hit by a pitch, a couple runs scored here. We got runners at the corner. Caden showing bunt. And Berna's going to get to second on that one. So now the Cardinals with a pair of base runners in scoring position with Tess down at third, Berna down at second. So Nelson looking to, that one's going to miss. So it's going to be 1-1 now to Nelson. Her fourth trip to the plate here for the Cardinals. The 1-1 pitch. 1-1 pitch to Nelson. That one swung on and missed. Good pitch there by Tyla here, and it's 1-2. One-two pitch coming up. Nelson hits it on the ground over to first. Stepping on first, but that's going to drive the run in, so she'll get the RBI and the first out here, but Tess going to come across to score, and it's going to get Berna down to third here, and you've got one out with a left fielder here in Jenna Hinker, who is 1 for 3 here today. Shelley now with 7 runs on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here, 7-1. Bottom 5 here, 1 away, and Hinker the hitter. The pitch, that one misses high, it's 1-0. So Hinker led things, had a single and a run scored back in the first. Couple of flyouts then, flew out to right back in the second, and then popped to short back in the fourth. And Hinker out front of that one now, and it's 1-1. 1-1 here with 1 out and a runner at third in the form of Vivian Berna. The 1-1 pitch. Bunt from Hinker, and a pretty good one. And that one's going to get away, and Hinker laying down a textbook bunt, and that's going to get another run across as Berna will come across to score on that one. So Hinker going to come across. We'll get a mound visit. We'll keep things right here. Want to give thanks to all of our game day sponsors. Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Say cheese on Friday, May 29th and Saturday, May 30th. Enjoy the Mayor's Breakfast Parade and live music at Nuts Deep 2. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com. Also brought to you today in part by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Protect your ride with a Tommy's Express Car Wash membership. Unlimited washes, free vacuums, free automatic mat washers, and all your shine. One membership, all locations, Eau Claire, Plover, Stevens Point, Wausau, and Weston. We're also brought to you in part from Simplicity Credit Union. They bring home the win with great mobile options and the right loan for your family, your business, or your home. You can check them out at simplicity.coop today. So we will have a new pitcher. We'll take a brief pause here. We'll bring it right back. You've been listening to and watching high school girls softball and Zaleski Sports, brought to you by the Hofffavor Real Estate Group.
For the best food in town, look no further than Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. This locally owned, 50s-themed diner loves to support their community while providing a full menu of breakfast and lunch options, along with all-day breakfasts and Friday fish fry. Enjoy a fun, family atmosphere with delicious meals made from scratch, including skillets and tasty burgers. Dine in or take out is welcome, Mondays through Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Treat yourself to a mouth-watering experience at the Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or
on the day with 1 out. 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored. Shishevsky, a big swing and a miss. And Allison Bajoski, the new pitcher here for Marathon in relief. The Bialke Soybird here with 1 out here and an 0-1 count to Shishevsky. The pitch, that one, Shishevsky fouling that one back now. It's 0-2. So Haley with an RBI double back in the first. With a run scored, a single and a run scored in the second, and a single and a run scored here in the fourth. Her 4th trip to the plate here. With Hinker down at first. The pitch. Shishevsky hits that one out into right field, playable, and that'll be the out number 2 here. The F9 to retire Krzyzewski for out number 2, and that'll bring up Amelia Martini, who's got a pair of RBIs, a sac fly, an RBI single, and a double. That hit that double off the fence last inning in the 4th here, so a couple hits for Martini. That one is going to miss, and it's 1-0. So her 4th trip here. The 1-0 pitch to Martini. That one's up high. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch. That one misses. 3-0. So you got 2 outs here. A 3-0 pitch coming up from Pacelli to Martini. That one in there, so it's 3-1 now. The 3-1 pitch. Martini fouling that one back now, and it's 3-2. So the 3-2 pitch. Martini lifts that one into the air. That is going to be playable, and the play will be made. The fly out to center there, the 3rd and final out, the F8. But Pacelli will come up with a couple of hits, a runner left. They'll tack on a couple runs here, and 5 innings are in the books here. 8-1 your score on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. Top of 6 coming up, and only on Zaleski Sports, brought to you today in part from the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
All right, we are back. Want to give thanks to the Rock and Roll Cafe. Find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, Friday, fish fry, and service with a smile. Open daily for breakfast and lunch only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. So Amelia Martini out to work the 6th here. The Cardinals with an 8-1 lead here on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. And Pacelli, the hitter here for Marathon, 6, 7, and 8 due up here for the Red Raiders, as she has been on base both times here. A pair of walks today. One of those walks drove a run in. That one lifted into the air, tests over to make the play. And the first out here, the F4 for out number 1. And that'll bring up the center fielder here in Miley Helke, who is 0 for 2, hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice back in the 2nd, and then grounded back to Martini, the 1-3 back in the 3rd. So her 3rd trip to the plate here, 0 for 2 now. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 now to Miley. We're in the top of the 6th here. Pacelli with the 8-1 lead here. Martini's 0-1 pitch. That one's going to miss downstairs. It's 1-1. Martini's 1-1 offering that one. Fouled up, goes out of play. 1-2 now. So one out here, the 1-2 pitch from Amelia Martini. That one a swing and a miss, and that is the 8th Serve Pro strikeout here today for Amelia Martini. So quickly 2 outs now, and Tyler Belke Soibert the hitter. This ball's going to miss upstairs, and it is 1-0 to Belke Soibert. The 1-0 pitch from Martini. That one hit, and that's going to be a 2-out single out in the left field. So Marathon with that single here in the 6th. Just the third base hit here today, surrendered by the senior right-hander Amelia Martini. That'll bring up Peyton Brickner, who was hit by a pitch in her last plate appearance and then struck out back in the 2nd here. So she's 0 for 1 hitting with 2 outs. That one fouled back 0-1. So the 0-1 pitch to Brickner. And that one in there for a called strike. So quickly up in the count here now, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball in there. I don't know yet. Yeah, that's a call. And that's going to be the 9th Serve Pro strikeout here today for Amelia Martini. It was tough to tell momentarily, but that is the 9th strikeout. So a hit, a runner left, no runs. We move to the bottom of the 6th here. Pacelli again out front here, 8-1 on your Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. Bottom 6 coming up. You're listening to and watching high school girls softball here today on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you in part from the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
All right, we are back. Want to give a shout out here. The Stevens Point Brewery, they're one of our game day sponsors. They will be having their annual block party tomorrow, 4 to 8 p.m. Be sure to check that out. I know I'm going just a hair off script, but that's going to be a beautiful day for that. I know one of our game day sponsors here. A swing and a miss to Van Order here, and it's 0-1. But again, that one, very big event for the Stevens Point Brewery. They have their Stevens Point Bach Run in March. Typically, they do their Pointtoberfest in the fall, and then tomorrow's block party 4 to 8. So that is a big event and a good day, no doubt, for that. So it's 1-1 to Ella Van Order. Josky, that one lifted out of play. That's going to go foul. Let's see where that will ricochet off to. It's right over here. So it's going to get the count now to 1-2 to Ella Van Order, who is 1 for 2 here today. An RBI single back in the first, walked in the second, and then flew out in the fourth. Van Order gives that one a pretty good ride, and that one is going to be Play is going to be made there. The F7 fly out to left field for the first out. Play made there by Regan Martin for out number 1 to retire Ella Van Order, and that'll bring up Jaden Zdroik. Singled in the first, had that sac fly RBI back in the second. A single and a stolen base back in the fourth here. So 4th trip to the plate for Jaden. Hitting with 1 out here, bottom of the 6th. That one slap foul, and it's 0-1. Give thanks today also to Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Save up to $180 on new tires at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service now through June on 4 Goodyear tires with locations in Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, Wausau, and Marshfield. And Zdroik out front of that one. Good change of pitches there for Allison Pajoski here now. So it is 0-2 to Zdroik. The 0-2 pitch. That one lifted out of play and foul. The 6-12 train just en route, Ryan. Ryan likes trains. He really does. He's a train connoisseur. He won't admit it, but he really is. It's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. That one in there for a called strike, and a good pitch there for Pajoski here. Her team now with 2 outs here. And this will bring up Avery Wavernick, who's 0 for 3 here today. That one's going to miss up high to Wavernick, and it is 1-0. So Pajoski has looked very solid in her brief stint in relief here. That one is in there for a called strike. It goes 1-1 now to Wavernick. The 1-1 pitch. That one ripped. That's Wavernick. That one going back, and that's off the fence. Right at our Auto Select. That's our pregame sponsor right there at their signage there. So big fly there for Wavernick. So a 2-out double here for Avery, and that'll bring up Ella Tess, who's got a couple of hits here today. She's 2 for 3 at the plate with a run scored. The pitch to Tess, that one fouled off. 0-1 now to Tess. Wavernick hitting that one, one hop to the fence there, just careening off that Auto Select. You're good to go signage. Of course, they are our pregame sponsor. Doug Noskoviak and the rest of the team at Auto Select. That one misses, and it is going to go to 1-1 now to Tess. The 1-1 pitch. Lifted up into the air, and play is made there in foul territory for the 3rd and final out to get Tess. Shelley will get a hit. They'll leave a runner left, no runs. 6 innings in the book. Last call coming up here for Marathon. 8-1 your score on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. You're listening to and watching high school girls softball here today on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you by the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
At Nicolay Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicolaybank.com. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
All right, we are back. I want to give thanks today to Infinity Exteriors. Infinity Exteriors installing peace of mind roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality that you can trust. So now Marathon last call here, top of the 7th here. They have the top of the order here with Stenzel, Schneider, and Staus, the hitters here. Brinley Stenzel will lead things off here, and Amelia Martini out to work the 7th here for the Cardinals. The pitch to Stenzel, and it's going to go to 1-0 now. Beg your pardon, 2-0. That one lifted out of play. That one going to go foul. Tough to sometimes see from this vantage point, but generally Johnny on the spot. So it's 2-1 now to Stenzel. She's 1 for 3 here today. That one fouled back, so count going to go now to even at 2-2. Grounded to second in the first, doubled back in the third, struck out looking back in the fourth here. So fourth trip to the plate here, 1 for 3 as we mentioned here. Chelly with that 8-1 lead. The 2-2 pitch from Martini. That one hit over to Krzyzewski at short. She'll throw across, and she'll make the play to get Stenzel for the first out here, the 6-3 ground out. And that'll bring up the shortstop here in Maven Schneider. Her 4th trip to the plate. She walked and stole a base back in the first, walked, scored a run back in the third, and then she grounded to third back in the 4th here today. So 0 for 1 here on the afternoon with a run scored. 1 out, swing and a miss to Schneider now, and it's 0-1. Martini's 0-1 pitch. That one lifted into foul territory, and it's going to quickly become 0-2 now to Schneider. And give thanks today to Nicolay Bank. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. So 0-2 here to Schneider. Hit on the ground over to Burnham, makes a nice play on it, and right there to make the play for the second out, the 5-3 ground out, and 2 outs here. So the Cardinals 1 out away here from collecting their 14th win of the season here, but they're Danica Staus here, who is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Martini working with 2 outs. And that one in there for called strike. It is 0-1. Martini's 0-1 pitch to Staus. That one fouled back. So quickly up in the count now, 0-2. So 0-2 with 2 outs here. Martini looking in here to Danica Staus. Martini's 0-2 pitch. That one hit over to Krzyzewski. She'll make the play. And the 6-3 ground out, 3 up, 3 down, so no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base here. A final out here out at Spud Field, 8-1 on our Nasonville Dairy scoreboard here. So we will have our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. We'll get our Ridgetop Exteriors player of the game here and hopefully get a few words with head coach Ann Molsky and our player of the game here, only on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from the Hoff Favor Real Estate Group.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
You know, I'm thinking Amelia pitched well. Senior dominant, I thought. Yeah. I mean, yeah. All right, Ryan giving me the thumbs up. Coach, first of all, congratulations. You know, this is a very good marathon team.
Yes,
17 wins, non-conference, really big test, I would say. You guys passed the test, in my opinion, with flying colors today.
You know, we came really focused and driven, and we've been talking about what are the things we have to do to put ourselves into position to win games. And we said, you know, when the opportunity strikes, we have to take advantage of anything that they give us. They give us room to bunt, we're going to bunt. They give us extra bases, we're going to do that. But we also have to stay hungry, defensively. We cannot take time and just sit there and, I call it videotape. No videotaping. You're involved in every play, whether the ball's hit to you or not. And so we've really managed to work on that this week.
You did, Coach, and I remember you saying in an interview back at Port Edwards back in late March, like by Mother's Day, you really wanted to see this team kind of clicking and players playing where they play. And I think, just by my vantage point, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you check that one off possibly.
Well, we've got things a little bit figured out. We still have some work to do. There's always, there's never perfection. There's always something we need to work on. And so, as a coaching staff, we sit down and look, these were the great things we did. These are the things we need to talk about. And so we'll just keep doing that. And the girls even come to us and say, Coach, I think, can we work on a little more of this? Absolutely. So, a lot of what we coaches do to come from them, because they're actually very driven also. So it's been very nice to have these girls be really focused and honed into what they want to accomplish.
Well, and absolutely, Coach. And again, just a very impressive 8-1 victory. I know you guys will be back in action Monday, Plainfield, Tri-County, and then you're going to go to Poinnette on Tuesday.
Yep.
Some thoughts about those next couple of games coming up?
I have set up our schedule for years now of we get through our conference play and we want to face teams that are going to challenge us and make us see things that you're going to see in the playoffs. Yeah. If we're going to just stay with our conference, we're not going to see all the different dynamic plays or the different dynamic pitchers. So we need to make sure we go out. And so, we'll play Tri-County at senior night Monday night, and then Tuesday we head down to Poinnette, and then on Thursday we head over to Fond du Lac for St. Mary's.
Okay, excellent. Well, that's a big 3-game set coming up, Coach.
Yep.
I got to give you the fist bump. We got to have the fist bump, head coach Ann Molsky. Thank you so much. And none other than our senior Ridgetop exterior player of the game here tonight, Amelia Martini. First of all, congrats. I mean, you get the win in the circle. You have a big day at the plate. You guys played a really good game of softball here, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know that you had more than one error as a team. Talk about a game like this tonight.
Obviously, this is one of our tougher games going into playoffs. We're trying to really sharpen things up. So I think today we were really dialed, really focused, because that's a team we could possibly see in the playoffs. So we want to strike them with a bang first to give us the advantage.
And you really did that. I mean, I think with you pitching, you really got ahead of the hitters tonight, Amelia. You really, you had such a nice mix of your fastball. Your breaking ball, I think, was working a little bit. I think that's what it's called. I'm more of a baseball guy. But I tell you what, you had it working really from all angles. What are some thoughts here? Because, I mean, we're only a couple of weeks left of season here before we get towards that postseason here.
I think we're all just playing for each other at this point. I know our younger girls are definitely playing for us seniors. I mean, we only got a couple games left in this Pacelli jersey, unfortunately, so we're leaving it all out there for each other, and we're going for the win for sure.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to get you into the house here, our Ridgetop Exteriors player of the game here. I'll count you down. I'll go 3, 2, 1. I'll have you look up there, say your name, and that you are in the house. So we'll go 3, 2, and 1.
My name's Amelia Martini, and I'm in the house.
Amelia, nice job. That is our Ridgetop Exteriors player of the game, Amelia Martini, who works a complete game, gets the victory here tonight in the circle here, 8-1 against a very good marathon team, Ryan. We kind of talked about it here in our Auto Select pregame show. This is a team that has 17 victories on the season, playing in a pretty tough conference. Is Marathon, and as Amelia said, that's a team possibly Pacelli could see in the playoffs here, certainly as we get into that final stretch of softball here. But very good victory here for the Cardinals, 8-1 against a very good Marathon team out here at WIAA Complex here, the Spud Field. In fact, Ryan Rasmussen doing our production today, doing a great job as always. Brandon Bierencut on the call here today. A final again. 8-1, Cardinals back in action. They'll be hosting Tri-County, a conference game on Monday, and then they will head over to Poinnette on Tuesday, and then as Coach Molsky said, they'll have Fond du Lac St. Mary's on Thursday. So Pacelli improves now to 14-5-1. Marathon will fall to 17-5 from everybody from Zaleski Sports. Brandon Bierencut, Ryan Rasmussen on production. Have yourselves a very good Friday and rest of your weekend, everyone.